What's up, everybody? Welcome to iOS 3 Raw TV. Well, in the news this week again, which is not a new thing, but it keeps kind of getting revisited the longer that this burger goes on Earth that has not been eaten and has just been sitting there. So it's up to like 10 years or 11 years now that a McDonald's cheeseburger, hamburger, and fries was bought in, I believe it was a country in Europe. It was like they were pretty much pulling McDonald's out of this country, and this burger was bought as one of the last, if not the last, in that area, like 11 years ago. And what they did was they put the burger and fries together inside this little kind of case, and they've left it there, and it has not decomposed. It pretty much looks the same as when they bought it 11 years ago. Now, it really stirs up some controversy as to what the fuck this food is made out of that won't decompose, right? And the McDonald's headquarters or whatever, they're corporate, they go right into damage control. And this goes to show you how much we can be brainwashed by media, companies, whatever, by them using like a little bit of facts and science and truth and a whole lot of bullshit, mixing it together, and it gives it the appearance, because we don't really think for ourselves. We only go with what we're told. We're told what to think, and we don't think on our own. Some of us don't think on our own. Some of us try to think on our own. So McDonald's came out with damage control, made a statement that essentially the burger, like any food, when the conditions are right, will decompose. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean, the conditions are right? If I take a piece of steak and throw it on the fucking floor in my house and leave it there, within a day, it's decomposing, it fucking stinks, it doesn't even look like it did the day before. So what are these conditions that it has to be? Like, because this burger and fries is not in a specific, like, condition. It's just sitting there on a fucking counter or a shelf in a fucking case that they put it in. Now, again, they kind of point out, they say, well, McDonald's, again, during the statement says that when the moisture is taken out of the burger, which happens when it's cooked, it doesn't have enough moisture to decompose. But in a really moist setting where there's a lot of moisture, it will decompose and grow mold and break down. And I'm like, and some people go, oh, that makes sense. You know, they cook it and the water comes out because you push on it in the grill. Listen, true statement. However, when's the last time you bit into a McDonald's burger and there was no fucking juice in it whatsoever? Like, the last time I ate a McDonald's burger, you bite it and look at it, there is still moisture in that fucking burger. They're saying, you know, McDonald's is trying to compare it to like beef jerky. When you've pulled all the moisture out of beef jerky, you can leave it on the fucking table for God knows how long and it won't fucking rot or decompose. Beef jerky can last a long time because it's dehydrated. It's completely dehydrated. But when's the last time you bit into a burger and it was that texture of fucking beef jerky? Like hard, good. It's not. So although what they're saying is true, that's not what the McDonald's burgers are. They're not dehydrated. There's not so little moisture in those fucking things that it won't decompose, right? And now some people have pointed out, well, it's in a case. It's in a glass. It's not a fucking airtight glass case. Okay? It's just in a case so no one can like bump into it or accidentally fucking pick it up and eat it because they think it's still a good burger. Okay? It's in a protective case, not an airtight fucking case like in a museum. Right? It's in somebody's fucking counter. When the fuck is the last time you saw an airtight fucking case where it's like those cake dishes? It's got a bottom to it, you put the cake in it and you put the thing over it. Doesn't necessarily keep the fucking air out of it. It just sits on top. It's like, I'm trying to wrap my head around it. It's like there's still moisture inside of that thing. And it's not an airtight thing. They didn't fucking suck all the air out. It's not vacuum sealed. None of that shit. But I'm like, but technically if it was vacuum sealed in an airtight case and it was put in there right away and it was dehydrated, it wouldn't decompose. However, none of that shit is how this went down. Some fucking hammerhead went out there, bought a burger and fries, threw it on the fucking counter, left it there. It wasn't decomposing. He said, let's put this thing on it and see how long we can fucking leave it. I'm sorry, but if you eat a burger or if you leave a burger out for a couple of days, I don't give a fuck where it's from. It should decompose. If you go to the store right now and buy ground beef and cheese, right? And you fucking buy, and they also said, and we toast the buns, so therefore there's not enough moisture in the fucking buns to cause decomposition. And I'm like, what? Do you know what that bun would have to be like to suck enough water out of that fucking bun, even if you toasted it? First of all, I don't know if I've ever seen McDonald's toasted the buns, but whatever, maybe they do. They throw them on the grill for a fucking second so they get a nice little golden brown kind of thing and they put the bun together. But they're out there, it's fucking dehydrating, squashing down that bun, fucking doing both sides of the fucking thing, trying to make it so that it's essentially dehydrated like fucking beef jerky in the bun. I'm like, everything they said sounded like such complete bullshit if you actually sit there and think about it. But if you don't think about it, you go by what they say, you're like, oh, there's just not enough moisture. Says who? Who the fuck is going to eat some food other than like cereal or beef jerky or something like that, that's completely dehydrated, that won't decompose? But we see this in more foods than just the burger. Matter of fact, there is an ice cream substitute, a wannabe fake ice cream. And I remember this stuff when I eat it, and first of all, it comes in this little pint thing, and you can eat the whole fucking thing. If you eat a whole Ben & Jerry's, I don't get a stomachache, right? If I eat a whole Haagen-Dazs, I don't get a stomachache. I ate the whole fucking little thing of that ice cream. Not only did I get a stomachache, I thought I was going to fucking die. And it happened to me twice. And I was like, why the fuck? I didn't know if it was actually that fucking bullshit fake ice cream, if it was something else that was causing my stomach pain. So I didn't think anything twice about eating it again on my cheat day. My stomach hurts so fucking bad. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So now, again, another week goes by. I buy the fucking cookie dough version, which the cookie dough was really weird in it. It wasn't like a regular cookie dough. I knew, like, eating it, something was weird, right? So I leave it on the fucking, I'm eating, I ate halfway through, I said, fuck this thing, I'm not eating. I left it on the counter, I put it on the counter, went in the fucking living room, I was doing work on my laptop, and I actually fell asleep working. Well, I got up the next morning, which was literally 6 hours later, and I walked in, I said, oh shit, I left that stuff on the counter. I picked it up, it hadn't melted at all. And I'm like, what the fuck? I took the spoon, and I stuck it, and I had to actually push it through the shit again, and I'm like, I'm looking at this thing going, what the fuck is in this shit? And of course they'll say, well, it's non-dairy. I don't give a fuck, non-dairy. That stuff has to be refrigerated, right? So that it doesn't melt, right? And you take it out and it has a consistency of kind of like ice cream, kind of tastes like ice cream. It tastes weird, has weird consistency, and that shit doesn't fucking melt. I looked into everything that I could find, and there was nothing saying anything about that not being able to not melt. Right? There wasn't a single fucking thing with anybody saying, hey, I left it out, it didn't melt. I tried to melt it, it didn't melt. I put it in the fucking microwave. It took 3 or 4 times as long to melt that shit than a regular meal of chicken or something. I can heat up chicken faster in the microwave than I can melt that ice cream. And that is not supposed to be like that. But after doing a little bit of digging, I learned that chemicals in the food, and I mean, people do chemical, fuck you guys and your stupid bullshit semantics. Chemicals in the food that are not supposed to be there, we're not supposed to ingest, that just because they can fit it into a fucking pint, that does not mean that we should eat that shit. And some of it is toxic, and some of it does cause gene expression to your body that fucks you up. It's basically eating plastic. Some of those chemicals do not have to be on the label because they are not food chemical. They're not food related. They're not food nutrients. Many chemicals that are in the food are not on the labels. So people, when they read the label, they go, oh, this is pretty good, it's not too bad. Well, first of all, there's usually shit in there that you can't even fucking pronounce. You don't even know what the fuck it is. As opposed to ice cream's got like milk, fucking cream, and like strawberry flavoring or whatever the fuck's in there. You read this shit, it's got a few things, you're like, what the fuck is that? Look them up. It's different names used for other things, because if they put the real names for them on it, you probably wouldn't buy it. But there's other things in these foods that are not on the fucking label because they're not food. It's like saying, if I put a handful of sawdust in a fucking ice cream product, I don't have to put sawdust on the label. Why? Because sawdust is not a fucking food. There's no caloric fucking density to it. There's no macronutrients to it. There's no nutrients to it. No micronutrients to it. It is not a food. Therefore, when I throw it in that fucking container, I do not have to put that on the fucking label. That's how that works. So there's all kinds of stuff, anti-foaming agents, all kinds of random shit in these fucking foods that are not even on the label that you're consuming that you don't even fucking know because you're told, oh, this fucking thing is only 100 calories compared to the Ben & Jerry's. Oh, I'm trying to lose weight. That's good for me. It's good as far as calories, but it's causing fucking damage to your body when it's trying to fucking basically digest this shit that was never meant to be digested, detox your body, change gene expression, which does change how your body works, including replicating cells in the wrong way, poorly replicating cells that are damaged, which fuck you up, including cancer. And that shit's in the fucking food. McDonald's is no different. They have been caught time after time after time. The last thing that I actually read about it, because I haven't had McDonald's probably in, shit, it's been fucking, 5 years, 6 years or something like that. And I used to love Big Macs. I used to love Quarter Pounders. I loved McDonald's. The Big Breakfast. I loved everything about it. It was great. I loved Chicken McNuggets. I loved it all. If you ever look at a Chicken McNugget, bite into it, look at it. What the fuck is that? Anyways. But they were caught taking their beef and cleaning their beef with ammonia. And a lot of the ammonia was getting stuck in the beef. The beef quality was so poor that technically it was inedible. And when they finally got called on it, they changed some things and started using better quality. Well, if they had never gotten caught, what the fuck you think would happen? They still be putting that unedible shit in the fucking food, flavoring it so you can't fucking tell what's going on, and you'd be fucking eating that shit fucking like it's your job. But nobody caught him. So therefore that pink liquid, that sludge, whatever the fuck it was, people called him out on that because it actually had like the rubber PVC stuff in it that you were ingesting, that like the wrestling mats in high school, that shit that makes that was in that fucking sludge. It was in the fucking food. Now some people might go, well, Jerry, what's the big deal? We're not meant to put that in our bodies. The problem that we have, the reason why we have all these health problems and shit across America and not these other countries is because of the shit you're putting in your body that you don't know because you're listening to the talking box. Everything goes fine. Obey, consume, more, buy. Fucking, it tells you what to do. You watch that McDonald's commercial, it's telling you this is what you want for lunch. This is what you got to have. Look how happy these people are. Look how excited they are to have this fucking burger. Look how excited they are to consume this fucking low-grade meat, not even fit for consumption, on top of the chemicals and shit that are thrown in there that you don't even know about when this food won't rot. And then they make up a fucking story that is based on science, but it's not the actual situation that's going on. If the actual situation that's going on was what McDonald's said about that burger not decomposing, you would actually bite into a McDonald's burger. The bun wouldn't be fluffy, wouldn't be fucking tasteful, it'd be fucking dehydrated. It'd be like a goddamn crouton. You'd have a crouton top and a crouton bottom, all right? When that shit was dehydrated enough to not decompose. And when you bite into that fucking shit, you'd have beef jerky in the fucking middle with some kind of, what, I don't even know what the fuck you would consider the cheese, because you can't dehydrate the cheese, right? Like, would you eat that? Fuck no, you wouldn't eat that. There's no way in fucking earth. Have you ever looked at those croutons in the fucking salads? They even take those croutons as the bread from the day before. And they toast the fuck out of it and dry it out so that you can consume it because the bread is going to go stale. It's going to go bad. You're trying to tell me McDonald's has fucking found a way to dehydrate a food, to fucking make a food so that it won't decompose and it still tastes badass and makes you want more? Get the fuck out of my face, McDonald's. I'm calling you out. You're full of shit. And McDonald's is an American institution. It's a worldwide institution. It's something that I grew up on. It's Americana. Matter of fact, I had a friend, not that close of a friend, but when I used to live in Silver Spring, we'd have a different lifeguard at the pool every year. There would be these exchange student lifeguards that would come from other countries. They'd work at the pool for the summer, and they would go back. So I go to the pool. There was this new girl from Kazakhstan. And, I heard her accent. I said, oh, where are you from? She said, Kazakhstan, da-da-da. She said, I've only been here 2 days. I got here 2 days ago. So I said, okay, what do you want to do while you're here? What's the main thing you want to do? And we'll go do it. And she was like, McDonald's. I was like, McDonald's? She says, yes, I want McDonald's. There's a McDonald's right down the street. She didn't even know because she didn't understand the area or anything. I said, okay, fuck it. When you get off your shift, we'll fucking take you to McDonald's. She gets off the shift. We fucking hop in the car. We go to McDonald's, right? She's buying this food and she's like, oh my God, like, this is amazing. Because the taste, right? The taste is setting off your fucking brain. And in Kazakhstan, they don't have anything like that. They have the fucking natural foods, right? More more organic, more stuff that we don't have here. And she was eating it fucking, had just a cheeseburger, a fry, and a Coke, right? Because that was America, right? The next day when I saw her, she said, no, I haven't been feeling good. I think I'm getting sick. I said, what's the matter? She's like, well, my stomach hurt, my head hurt, my blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I started to put it together. I'm like, okay, let's see how she is tomorrow. If she misses work tomorrow or she's sick tomorrow, the next day she felt a little bit better and she was fine by the next day. After she ate McDonald's, because she's never had it, it triggered almost like an illness effect, like a flu-like effect in her. And it lasted for a day and a half after one cheeseburger, one fry, and a Coke. That's all she had that was different that she fucking has never had before. And now you can say, well, causation doesn't... Shut the fuck up with your dumb bullshit stuff. The broad ate a fucking burger. It made her fucking sick because the shit that's in it was never meant to be consumed. The problem is we eat it all the fucking time. And that is the problem. We get used to it. We adapt to it. The body can adapt to the stress and the toxins that are going into it. But it doesn't mean over long term that we don't lose that fucking battle. It doesn't mean that consuming this shit for a certain amount of years, you get cancer, you get fucking birth defects, you have fucking, tons of shit that were caused by whatever chemicals in that food, not even including the glyphosate from fucking Monsanto that's in there. It's in the fucking breads, it's in the crops, it's in the things that they use to make that food. And I'm like, holy fuck, so McDonald's, you and your fucking bullshit scientific fucking explanations, listen, you might be able to pull one over on the general public. It's not going to go over on me, period. I don't give a fuck. Like, for me, you'd have to literally go out there and fucking, I would literally have to say, I want to see every fucking ingredient in that goddamn burger from start to finish, whether it's fucking has calories, macronutrients, micronutrients. I don't give a fuck. I want to see every single fucking ingredient that goes in that goddamn burger. The bun, the cheese, the burger itself. I want to see all of it. Put it on a piece of paper right now and let me research that shit for a month. When I get back from that, I guarantee you that if they actually disclose what was actually in there to me, we would see shit in there. We'd be like, what the fuck? That we wouldn't feed that to a fucking third world country that's fucking ready to starve itself off the map. We'd be like, look, we don't want to give this to them because it's going to kill them all. Like, we can't fucking do that. So be aware, guys. Just because McDonald's or someone else says something, like they come out with this explanation, what the fuck? That explanation had so many fucking holes in it. I was scratching my head going, who the fuck is going to believe this? And then the same motherfuckers go out there right now and they go buy the burgers. McDonald's says it's okay. They said it's just from the lack of hydration. What the fuck? When? Okay, beef jerky McDonald's, right? That's the fucking trend that's happening. No, fucking, it doesn't make any fucking sense to me that people could even read that article and go, oh, okay, this makes sense. No, it doesn't. By them putting out the statement, it even made even less sense than fucking before you even read it. Before you read it, you scratch your head and go, what the fuck? How is this possible? After you read it, you go, that's not how this fucking works. That's impossible. It can't be working like that. There's no fucking way. So then you like dig into it deeper and you start really, when you start going down the rabbit hole, you find out some of the chemicals that have been found out in the burger, and you read that ammonia thing where the ammonia was actually showing up in the fucking meat itself because they were washing it through ammonia. They were fucking processing it through ammonia. And they're saying shit like, some people go, well, Jerry, that's the way the meat industry does it. They do it. Listen, I don't give a fuck. I eat organic meats. I'm not eating fucking random bullshit that fucking is barely fit to eat. I'll eat a fucking filet. I'll eat fucking ground beef that's 99% fucking lean as well as organically fed. Like, I don't fuck with these other things anymore because the things that you think are okay, basically in a nutshell, are not okay. Period. BossTraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. BossTraining.com is a blog. It's the bullshit McDonald's burger bicep. The fuck. And we are out.